a very kind of elaborate and circuitous way, we found through a colleague of ours a way to be able to isolate live cells from an adult brain, place them in the same culture conditions that we had used for these embryonic brain cells, and it worked. All of a sudden, cells were dividing and making new nerve cells, and adult neurostem cells were discovered.
Well, I think his research has absolutely opened up a pathway for many conditions that affect the nervous system, certainly degenerative diseases of the nervous system.
From the discovery of neurostem cells in mammals to important discovery in neuroscience with our amazing stroke program, our advances in multiple sclerosis, as well as mental health. His career is an example of that.
But something that Sam always says is to never ignore the unexpected results and to always keep following up on any results, even if they right now might not seem very meaningful. And ultimately, those results that you might not necessarily expect at the time might end up being the biggest ones that you can make.
Sam's discovery was earth-shakingly transformative. I mean, it completely changed our understanding of what is possible in the brain in terms of generating new cells, potentially replacing sick or dying or lost cells, and then understanding the function of these new neurons that are being generated in the brain.
Research is the most challenging endeavor and the greatest opportunity for an individual that you can possibly imagine.
In his role as the CIHR Institute Director for Mental Health and Addiction, he's come full circle because it's not only the discovery, the implementation and importance of patient care and how that knowledge has been translated, but now in this role, he can now use that information to direct and inform policymakers and change mental health services for patients.
He is an exceptional mentor and advocate for young and aspiring scientists and clinicians and anybody that wants to do something meaningful.
His expectations are high, but he's also very supportive and supports your development as a scientist. He still remains fairly humble, treats everybody with the same level of respect.
He cared deeply about the people that worked for him and invested deeply in their success. He is just full of energy, and so to be around him, you grow and are fueled by that energy every day.
But most importantly, he's able to convene those around him, people from very different paths and different strengths that they bring to the table.
So I say that a good leader matches talent with opportunity, removes the obstacle, and then gets out of the way. And that key part, the last part, some people forget about the importance of getting out of the way.
One thing that Sam used to always say is no one polishes a rental car. And so his point was that if people aren't working on projects that they feel ownership of and are excited about themselves, they're unlikely to make any big advances.
Sam gave me the freedom and support to really begin to use the techniques of stem cell biology that he had developed and that were developed in his lab to study brain tumors. We were able to build that project together during my PhD. That has provided the foundation for everything that I do today.
I often encourage my students to both look at what doesn't seem obvious and not accept what others have suggested is the way it is, because we still have many biological processes that we don't understand and have yet to discover. And there's nothing better than discovery, I'll say, from a personal perspective.
Brilliant scientist and innovator, Canadian Medical Hall of Fame laureate, Dr. Samuel Weiss.